Welcome back, folks. This is my next video for 2012 top 10 games I've beaten. Sorry, it's been a while. And actually, I think that fixed the microphone issue. It was an issue with my headphones I put on, but the mic was still set to the camera, which was still distant from me, so my voice was still low. So now I think I fixed it, where it's accessing the microphone from my headphones and not the phone itself. Anyways, of course, I still need a better video capture computer, of course, and camera, but in due time eventually when I get some funds. So first off, I'm gonna say this is a short list. I had 30 games I played that year, 2012, that I've beaten. But some of the best games I've ever played back then. And for now, I'm gonna start my honorable mentions here. The first honorable mention was the trailer you just saw before, which was Death Bank. It's over the top, over the head, 2D game that you can play. Pretty fun game to play. Just if you like the type of game, just hack and slash type of game. Next one you see here now, another I will mention is Brutal Legend. Very underrated game, starring Jack Black. If you love heavy metal, it does have some heavy metal music in it. Heavy metal themed, as you can see right there. Um, it's also a hack and slash type 3D type game instead of 2D like the previous one. It has a little bit of RTS. If you're not into RTS, it's a very short part of the game, but it's still required to do. But it's not like horribly hard like Command and Conquer or other type of RTS type games. But I do love this game. Try it out if you love heavy metal music or Jack Black's sense of humor type of game. This is both out on the PS3 and Xbox 360. My last honorable mention is Army of Two: The 40th Day, which is the second Army of Two game. This is back when on the 360 and PS3 have some of the best co-op games. This is one of my favorites. I played with my good friend Lance over in Georgia. Me and him used to play online. There's quite a lot. All three games, first, second, third one. First one was still my favorite. It actually was very balanced as far as open and closed environments, loadouts, and a lot of fun places too. It's a bit shorter, more cinematic, but very enclosed areas, very short play. The third one I think was very good, but it was more open, a lot harder to play, very difficult, and it was in much different environment set in Mexico. But if you want to try a co-op game, just a two-player co-op, that's all it is. Please try this game out. It's Army of Two. Try any of the series, the first, second, or third one, but I do recommend starting with the first one, of course. And then I'm gonna start now my top 10 of 2012 games I've beaten. First one's gonna be controversial because it's a very old game, but it's still one of the best games. Top 20 games I would say ever of history. Top 20 games ever, and you'll see why it is. But the reason it's on this list is that's the first time I ever played it and beaten it was in 2012. You know, it's over a decade old game by that time. But again, well, let's just start with the list so you can see for yourself. At my number 10 spot, here goes for PS3 exclusive at the time, is Heavy Rain. This is, I say, Quantic Dreams, I would say best game, but most people probably not say that. But I think this is the start of their storytelling games and branching paths. And any branching paths, they did have branching paths with also, you play different protagonists in this game. It's a story of a missing kid that they're looking for. The father, a friend, somebody else, a detective, and that's all I'm gonna say. Sorry about that, folks. My Google Home was going off, so I had to turn that off real quick and keep recording. I think I got where I left off. Anyways, Heavy Rain, very good game, multi-branching path. Like I said, protagonists can die in this game. I forgot how many endings it has. I think I had like 8 to 12, somewhere around there. Most very similar, but the ending can be very different, especially if all or some of the protagonists, and also one twisted ending that you can get as well. Do try it out if you love story branching games. Play with the Move controller. It was so much fun with the Move controller, but you don't have to. Try it out. At my number 9 is actually probably my favorite Need for Speed game, and one that introduced me to quite a few of I would say hyper cars. I guess that's what they're called at the time. Is Need for Speed Hot Pursuit on PS3 and Xbox 360. I believe this also was remastered for last gen consoles. Um, it was just fun. I mean, you can play both as criminal, well, I say criminal racer, or a cop chasing a racer with multiple different type of add-ons you can add to the vehicle to disturb the cops or stop the pursuer, the criminal racer. I will say if you love racing game, arcade racing type games, and want to get into Need for Speed, this is very good start. Like I said, it's very old. Doesn't have that many variety of cars as more modern ones, but it still has some of the best cars out there of the time. Try it out, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. Love this game. At my number 8, I have Infamous for the PS3, and I don't think this was re-released. You can only play it through streaming services unless you own an actual PS3 itself. This is Sucker Punch is one of the best games I've ever made. Playing this game made you feel like out of place superhero from a big city. If you love superhero type games, an original type story, which also has two different endings to this game, depending on the path you take. I'm not gonna spoil anything, of course, but if you want to try it out, please do so. This has she has 3 games, I believe, Infamous 1 and 2, and Festival of Blood. But I don't recall if that was a short game or a DLC add-on. Actually, no, it has 4 games. It has the Second Son, which actually came out on PS4, which you can start with that one as well if you like. But I will still say the Infamous first 2 games had the best storyline itself and protagonist. So try it out. At my number 7, it's a controversy for some, but I really this is one of my favorite Resident Evil games. Not my top favorite, but a favorite for that generation. It came out on PS3 and Xbox 360. Resident Evil 5. It has 2-player co-op. It's Chris Redfield and one of my other favorite sub characters, Sheva Alamar. Not because her name's similar to mine, but just she is a very good character. The AI is kind of iffy as is. Just don't give her any herbs. That's what I'll tell you that. Head advance if you want to play this game. And don't give her extra ammo. Just give her the basics. And don't give her the extra powerful weapons. Just give her the gun. Keep the extra powerful weapons to yourself. Other than that, if you have 2 people who want to play it, it also works split screen on those consoles. So if you want to try it out, very fun Resident Evil game. Just avoid the story. It's not that great. It's just fun gameplay. Try it out, Resident Evil 5. At my number 6 is one of my favorite racers that started on the PS1, and this is the PS3 version, which is Wipeout HD. It's a futuristic racing game with weapons, similar to F-Zero, only with weapons itself. Very fun, very fast paced, 60 frames per second. Um, Very variety of tracks, and when you play them upside down, reversed, in different ways, it can get very uh, mind-boggling. If you love racers, this is also they also remastered this on the PS4, I believe, with all the collections of the previous games and this version, and also the PSP and Vita versions as well, if I recall. I love this game. It's very fast, very fun, intuitive, and online as well. Not sure if the old version supports online anymore. I don't think so, but of course the remastered one should. Try it out. At number 5 is one of my favorite and Ratchet and Clank games. Not my first, probably my second one. Is the Ratchet and Clank Future a Crack in Time? Um, First one I think was Quest for Booty. This is my second one. I never played the PS2 versions, and when I started playing this, I was like, man, this is pretty fun, man. 3D platforms, are not my cup of tea, except for Super Mario 64. But with this, with weapons, platforming, and just the colorful environments and animation, it's just so fun. It's like really watching a cartoon. And I know the newer versions look more like a Pixar film, but if you want to start out with the Ratchet and Clank series, you can start with the PS2 versions that I think are available on streaming for the PS4. I'm not sure, but if not, you can start with the Crack in Time. That's also a very good start itself. At number 4 is probably my favorite Uncharted game is Uncharted 2 Amongst Thieves. It's a PS3 exclusive game, which I believe you can. Oh, actually, no. Nathan Drake Collection came out on the PS4, so you can play it up there if you want to try it out. I would say still start with the first one, even though the second one had evolved a lot as far as cinematics, action, and gunplay a little bit in gunplay. Multiplayer did have multiplayer, but not sure if that is still available online. But the story in this one and the action, the pacing was so well. I mean, at every corner, it had a slow start, then a fast-paced section, and slow start, and another fast-paced section. Very action-packed. I'm not gonna ruin any of it because it was just so much fun to do every single scene in this game. I really wish the fourth one was close to this one. I did enjoy some of it, just not all of it. But do try out Nathan Drake if you never played it, or if you love Indiana Jones. This is the game version of Indiana Jones. At number three comes in my second favorite Transformers game, Transformers War for Cybertron. It is the first of duology. Um, this is, I believe, not available to purchase anymore. Fortunately, so if you do have it, great. If not, get it on disc as soon as you can. It's on the PS3 and Xbox 360. It is, I mean, it was a fun game. It's based off the Transformers manga comics before they came to Earth. So this is their homeland, Cybertron, where they fought. And the transfer you can do transformations mid game, mid flight, or while you're fighting, and you got some super awesome fights. You play both sides, good and evil. So you got a mission on good, and the one's bad. So you get to try out almost all the Autobots and all the Decepticons during that time, and you play against massive robots as well, Mega Supreme and others as well. I'm not gonna spoil that you play against, and also other characters I'm not gonna spoil as well as you can play as momentarily. But the action fun that it has is so good. One of the best Transformers games ever. At my number two spot, and this is actually a two-parter because I could not decide on which one to play. I mean, to put on number two. So, just to show you first, this is Fallout 3, and this is also probably I would say the top 20 games of all time. And also is my favorite Fallout 3. This came out on the PS3 and Xbox 360. It is a Bethesda Game Studios. I love this game. I've never played the first and second one. Third one, I was like, let me try it out. They say it's good. When I came out that vault, and I was amazed at where and how far I can go to these places, and I can go anywhere and do what I want. That's. I mean, I know I've seen it in Oblivion, but seeing it in this type of environment and also the 50s aesthetic was so cool. I loved it. And this is not no coincidence. I'm doing this because of the TV show now on Prime Video. It's just that this happens to be a game that I played that year and I beat that year. So if you want to try Fallout, I would definitely say start with Fallout 3. If you can't get a hold of it, try out Fallout 4. It's pretty much the same thing, just prettier. Pretty much it is the same thing. It's practically the same city, states that it's based on, and the premise itself. And like I said, this is a two-parter for tie for part two. This is Fallout New Vegas. I also enjoyed this one as well. It's just slightly lower than Fallout 3, but it just has some mechanics that are just so much fun. And again, like the title says, it's based off Las Vegas, Nevada. Um, the thing I didn't like about the game was the color. Fallout 3 had more of a greenish tint, which I got used to over time. This one had more of just a yellowish color, and it was just too yellow everywhere most of the time. Except at night, of course, but during the day it's just mostly yellow. Like I said, the hard mode, where you needed to drink water and eat food, or else your character would die at a certain amount of time, was very much fun, much more realistic to play in the game. Some of the enemies were super hard, especially I hated the mosquitoes that were, I think they were called cazadores. I hated those things. They actually almost killed me from playing the game because they got me stuck into a certain place where auto saved and got me stuck in a field of them. But luckily, I was able to find a save that's 2 hours earlier and continue the game to beat it. Just like Fallout 3, it has multiple endings. It's a lot of fun. Try out Fallout New Vegas, especially now with the TV show. At my number one is Castlevania Symphony of the Night. There's a PlayStation 1 game released. You can also get it remastered for the PS4 and Xbox 360. I mean, sorry, PS4 and Xbox One, I believe. Um, It comes in a duel with Rondo of Blood, but this is, and I'll try to make it quick because this is a very short video, but this game is what got me back into 2D side scrollers. Because at that time in the late 90s, I was kind of done with it. I wanted to try 3D games. I thought 2Ds had done all they could. But once I played this in 2012, I've read about it. Said, hey, this is one of the best Castlevania. I was like, hey, let me try it out. I did. First couple hours, like, okay, this is interesting, different. But once I got into it, it really got me hooked on it. And it also has it has slightly multiple endings, but not really. But you can actually get in the game real short or take another path or make the game a lot longer. It has RPG elements, so you upgrade your character, you can upgrade your weapons. You find quite a bit of items and sub weapons they can play the game with to use. Not all of them needed, some are, but I love this game a lot. I haven't replayed it again since then, 2012. I want to, but if I do, I know that'll put my backlog even longer. So I would say if you want to play 2D games and want to start out with one that's very good and not super complex, but also get your money's worth, I would say get the Castlevania Dual Collection. I forgot what it's called on PS4 and Xbox One, but it comes with Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night. Do try this out, or try Rondo of Blood first, either one, and I'm sure you'll love Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Thank you all for watching, folks. Again, I hope I get another video soon.